How you doing? And welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time, but in this video, I'm going to go over did I get fired or did I quit? And I'm also going to talk about just a few things to kind of catch everyone up, why it's been so long. So stick around. So first of all, I want to welcome everyone to the channel. I had a video that ran last month, which hit over 1 million views, and that's amazing. That was my first video to do so. I'm really happy that that happened, obviously, but it brought in a lot of new subscribers. So I know the channel's been a little bit dormant, but that is no longer going to be the case, as I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos coming soon. So stick around for that. I promise I haven't abandoned the channel. I'm going to continue to teach. I'll get into that a little bit later, but just wanted to say very much, just a huge thank you for everyone for hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. It helps out the channel a lot. So if you are new here, this is the first time that you're watching, hit that thumbs up button and click that subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any more videos. Okay, so did I get fired or did I quit? Well, I can't go into the good stuff right away, can I? You'll have to stick around for a little bit longer. The first thing I want to cover is the trailer. I did sell the trailer. I sold the trailer about I don't know, it's probably about a month, maybe a month and a half before I stopped being a truck driver. And for those of you that don't know and maybe new, I was a truck driver for a little bit over 10 years. And I was an owner operator for, I think, a little bit over half of that, roughly about half and half. But I sold that trailer. I know a lot of people were curious about that. Like, why are you even bringing that up, Brian? Because I was having a lot of issues with it. And I did pass on those issues, or I passed on the knowledge to the new person, the new owner of that trailer. It sold very quickly. I priced it to sell. And on top of that, just didn't feel comfortable, kind of making a ton of money on that. As a matter of fact, I made very little just because of, kind of what I was dealing with. Now, I did, I know you guys haven't had an update in a long time. So just kind of forgive me. I promise you I'm going to get through all of this and get to the good stuff that I know you want to hear about. But, the trailer was actually doing really well. It did really well, but, I kind of changed how I was operating the trailer, and rightfully so, because I was spending a lot of money on tires. I was just basically hauling light, keeping the tandems closed, and yeah, just kind of cruising along. And when, fuel was absolutely just crazy high. And so really that's how you should be running anyway. Yeah, there's a ton of videos on that. If you're curious, you can find that on the channel. The way that the fuel prices were, like, it's not conducive to run 70 plus miles an hour everywhere you go. So I was running a little bit slower, as well as running lighter, basically kind of cured my my tire issues. So the trailer, check, it was taken care of. The truck. Now, this was kind of interesting. And this might give you a little bit of insight as to what I'm going to go into next. But the truck, I have actually seen messages. Yes, I have seen you guys message. I do get notifications sometimes through my little YouTube studio app. And sometimes I see whenever you guys, leave a message, and I've had a bunch of people ask me, hey, did I see you such and such place, or did I see you here? Now I don't know if it's on the road, if it's being used, or if, the new owner is actually, rebuilding it or fixing it up or doing whatever. I'm unaware of exactly what's going on with it. But I would have to assume that since I've gotten so many messages like, hey, I just saw you over here, he's probably running it. Well, it's not me, obviously. I'm in my house now. So yeah, the truck was sold. And once again, I just kind of priced it to sell. I rolled 1 million miles actually. And Oh, I was so mad at myself because I didn't capture that picture of actually rolling that million miles. I got close. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I spaced out, but that was, you just saw the picture that I actually took. So that was really cool. That was a milestone that I hit. I bought that truck. It had 453,000 miles on it when I purchased it. So I put the remainder on it plus a little more. So I was really happy about that. I did complete, a million miles myself. So that's really exciting. I was very, very proud to do so. I was also very proud to take that truck and run it through a million miles. The 2250, Cummins in general, they are good engines, but you do have to take care of them well in order for them to treat you well. And there's always a lot of conflicting comments down in the comment section. But rest assured, in this day of DEF systems, you have to take very good care of your engines, of your trucks. Otherwise, they just won't last. Period. I don't care what you say. That's a fact. Especially when you're talking about models anywhere from '07, which I believe was pre-def, all the way through about 2015. The newer ones, they've kind of figured it out. They run much better. They're a little bit more optimized, and you can kind of get away with that, but still a very, very scary situation. One of the reasons why my truck ran that far that I never could say because I was a truck driver is because it was deleted. That's right. I can say it now. I'm not working for anyone. I don't own that truck anymore. I don't know what the new owner did with it. He probably, fixed it and took it back because I'm sure he's going to rebuild it pretty soon. But yeah, it was deleted. That's why. That's why it ran so far and I had so few issues with it. On top of that, I stayed on top of the oil changes. I was adamant about changing those on time. And as I was also adamant about any problems that arose, I fixed them as quickly as I could. And I tried to do the majority of the work myself, which saved me a lot more money. Now, I don't want to go down this road because that's content for another video. But yes, if you see the truck out there, it's not mine. Did I get fired or did I quit? Well, the short answer to that is I quit. There are a lot of reasons why I quit, and has nothing to do with being a failure. It's so funny, I feel like half the people are here to learn. Most of the comments are good comments, and I'm sure most of the people that don't leave comments, maybe they don't care one way or the other, or they are supportive. I mean, the people that keep coming back, obviously they're supportive, but you've got that section of followers, of subscribers, of viewers that they're just here to see the train wreck. They just want to see you fail. And I'll be honest, like it probably got to me a little bit. Yeah, I mean, nobody's immune. Nobody's immune to that. And if that's you, like, get a life. Like, are you really that sad that you have to troll people on YouTube? Like, it's just pathetic. But I'm not going to go into all of that. But yeah, like, I know that there's going to be comments down below. Oh, he got fired. Oh, he couldn't hack it. Whatever. I'm chilling. Like, that's cool if that's what you think. But yeah, I wound up putting a for sale sign on the truck, and I priced it in a way that I knew was competitive, because even though it had 1,000,000 miles on it, kind of the area that I'm in, just the Houston area, I'm not going to go too much farther into detail than that. This area, it's very, very simple to sell cash trucks. I ran that, I forget the name of that oil that I ran, but basically I ran a cleansing oil through the engine, and it did really well. It lowered the amount of oil that the engine was consuming each time. So, it was a good thing, but at the same time, I think it changed some of the specs of the engine. And when I say specs, I mean like worn parts. The specs are very, very tight on engines if you know anything about them, and changing those, I'm not even sure if that was a good idea. Um, I would like to think so, and I certainly hope so. And I certainly wish the new owner, lots of success, lots of luck with the truck. Trucking was very, very good to me. Did really well. I mean, I made pretty good money. The problem for me, and this is just for me, is my expenses were outrageous coming from the house. And I was required to work literally all the time. And I have two very young children. And I missed the first few years of their life. And it was very, very hard on me. It was very taxing mentally on me. And there just wasn't a ton of support in that area, unfortunately. And I couldn't deal with it anymore. I wanted to be a dad. I really I was envisioned, I think everybody envisions how they want to be in life and as a dad or a mom. And I just wasn't living up to the standards that I had set for myself. So I have spent so much more time with the kids and, basically since I've been off the road, which what is this, August 23rd. I've been off the road a few months. I'm not sure, 3, 4, 5 months, something like that. I don't even know. Time is so different now to me. It's, you lose track of time when you're on the road, but being at home, kind of doing what I've been doing, it's even worse. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. It's exciting for me. I'm very happy with what's going on. I am going to be focusing on YouTube as kind of my main source of income. I've built, I think a pretty solid channel, in my opinion. I've got fairly high quality, and just personally, I think one of my strengths is in teaching. I know how to articulate what's going on in this mess up here between my ears, and kind of convey that in a way that a lot of people can understand. At least I think so, and I think at least some of you think so as well. So I think I'm going to continue to do that. Now, the channel was kind of focused on new truck drivers, and I would talk about owner operator stuff as well. And I think I'm going to continue to do that as well. It's kind of difficult for me to talk about, some of the, I'm not going to say technical things, but more like the physical things. Obviously, I don't own a truck anymore. I can always go to the truck stop, and I'm sure I can easily, kind of make that happen. But I'm more going to stick to other things, like how to be a success, how to do things properly, how to, as an owner operator, kind of how to run the business side of things, the number situation, all of those things. So there's still so much for me to teach, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm going to continue to do that on a much, much more consistent basis. I have really been working kind of on myself and getting my mind right, to put it simply. And I am in so much better place now than maybe I've ever been in my life. And that's a good feeling. That's a very, very good feeling. So maybe I'll even, go into some of that. But I'm down 22 pounds, since I've come off the road, or at my peak, or I'm not even sure. Down 22 pounds and feeling great. Life is good. Life is great. But there are some other factors that were also kind of decisive reasons for me to come off the road, which I cannot talk about. No, it had nothing to do with actual trucking itself. It had nothing to do with the owner operator itself. It had nothing to do with Landstar. It was all personal. I'm happy to be back. I hope you're happy that I'm back. I hope you enjoyed this little update as far as what's been going on with me. And I am going to continue the channel. I'm going to get right back into actually teaching and doing what I do best rather than try to entertain you guys because, yeah, this is the new office. So welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you know when the next videos are coming out. But as always, stay driven. That felt good.